In the 16th century, a series of religious, political, and dynastic disputes brings major European powers into conflict. Thousands of miles away, war is also raging in East Asia. Japanese, Chinese, and Korean military leaders are honing their strategies as they look to combine their traditional methods of warfare with modern weaponry. In Sengoku Jidai, Shadow of the Shogun, a brand new wargame coming to PC, the unique characteristics of the Asian art of war have been simulated with a high level of realism. In this era, technologies used on the battlefields were substantially the same in Europe and Asia. Firearms and cannons became popular in the Far East, and both infantry and cavalry units discovered the power of matchlocks. One major difference, however, is that bows were being used alongside the modern firearms, and Asian commanders still appreciated their speed of fire and efficiency against unprotected targets. Similar equipment does not mean similar tactics, and Japanese, Chinese, and Korean generals developed very different approaches to triumph against their opponents. Essentially, the main emphasis of the Japanese armies was on close combat power, with their elite units being foot and mounted samurai with long spears. The Chinese, however, preferred lighter troop types fighting at a distance, and their armies featured a massive use of crossbows, bows, handguns, matchlocks, and artillery. Korean armies were influenced by both doctrines, and so were tactically halfway in between, with units able to harness the enemy at distance and charge when necessary, at the cost of doing neither thing as well as the specialized Japanese and Chinese units. These local peculiarities are reflected on the digital battlefield of Sengoku Jidai, Shadow of the Shogun, and understanding them will be crucial to repelling the enemy. Of course, plenty of other little details would have surprised a European military leader for the period. Francis I of France would certainly have been puzzled seeing Buddhist monks joining the front line with their polearms, or been terrified by the sound of the Chinese rocket arrow launchers. To win in Sengoku Jidai, Shadow of the Shogun, you must become familiar with units and tactics used during the Sengoku period. I would love to give you examples from some famous great battles fought at that time, but this will be the topic of our next video.